A very warm welcome to all of you at the time of reflection on Maundy Thursday. And today I will read two verses from the Gospel of Luke and one verse from the Gospel of John. Then Jesus took a piece of bread, gave thanks to God, broke it, and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, he gave them the cup after the supper, saying, "This cup is God's new covenant, sealed with my blood, which is poured out for you." And in John chapter 13, verse 34, we see a verse which follows the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. And Jesus said, "And now I give you a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another." Once a young couple came to a minister and asked to be married. As the man and woman talked to the minister, the conversation turned to the setting of the wedding date. Immediately, the bride-to-be announced that the date would be 6th of May. When minister looked at the calendar, he discovered it is to be on a weekday, something other than the usual Saturday afternoon. So he asked, why that date? And the young woman stated that 6th of May was her future husband's birthday. And she figured that if they were married on his birthday, he would not be so likely to forget their wedding anniversary. Jesus chose the occasion of Passover for his sacrificial death on the cross to make it a remembrance for all his followers. Passover was the day when the Israelites got deliverance from the slavery in the Egypt. And they remembered that day. They celebrated that day, and still they are celebrating that day. Even today is Passover for Israelites, for Jewish people. And Jesus gave a new meaning to this day by delivering the whole human race from the slavery of their sins. Today we are remembering that special day on which Jesus had his last Passover supper with his disciples, and he gave it a new meaning and a new name. We remember this day as Maundy Thursday. The word Maundy comes from Latin word mandatum, and mandatum means mandate or a commandment. And when we talk about Maundy Thursday, we are talking about a mandate. We are talking about the night that Christ told his disciples exactly what he expected of them. On that night, Jesus gave a mandate to his disciples the mandate of remembering His love, His forgiveness, and His sacrifice. The mandate is not only of remembering, but of doing in remembrance of Him. Jesus loved the world so much. He loved the world selflessly. His love was about Himself. He gave His own life to save the world from the eternal death. And He gave this mandate to His followers to do this in remembrance of Him. Love one another as I loved you. The Old Testament teaching was, love your neighbors as you love yourself. But Jesus says, love one another as I loved you. Jesus loved more than Himself. Jesus gave His own life to give us life eternal. And in John chapter 15, He says, no man can show greater love than to lay down his life for his friends. These days, during this coronavirus crisis, our doctors, nurses, paramedics, care workers, pharmacists, medicine delivery drivers, all NHS volunteers, and all essential workers are doing the same thing. The love they are showing for others is more than their love for themselves. They are putting their own lives in danger to help others, to help me and you. Can we do this? And the only way we can show this love these days is if we love others more than ourselves, then we need to stay at home. In this way, we can save others from spreading of this virus. And in this way, we can show our love for others. I know it's very hard. This is Holy Week and Easter weekend is coming, and we can't see our loved ones, our parents, our children. We will see them from a distance, but we can't meet them. We can't shake hands. We can't hug them. This is a difficult time. But if you love them, stay away from them. This is how we can show our love to our parents and to our children who are not living in same house with us. And this is how we can show our love to our community around us. We can think about them, we can pray for them, and we can remember them on this very special occasion. But to show our love for them, we need to stay away from them, and we need to stay at home to save the world from the crisis of coronavirus. May God bless us all and deliver the whole humanity from the evil of this coronavirus. Amen.